All right, ladies and gentlemen, another game, another you, another me in the bottom of the map, playing as the blue Oranos, as everything in my computer is breaking as I just hit a whole bunch of hotkeys and absolutely screwed it up. It is Deceive! We're featuring a whole bunch of different players on the channel today, as in the left-hand corner of the map, in the red color playing as Hades, it is Jack90. We've got ourselves a Hades versus Oranos showdown. Both of these players are Oranos mains. However, one of them is not playing Oranos. Obviously, you guys could deduce that. You are all Sherlock-esque, I know. But nonetheless, Jack90 here, he knows Oranos inside and out. So that should mean he knows how to best Oranos. But Deceive, he knows Oranos inside and out as well. So he should have his own way through the game. I'm really excited to watch these guys playing. Deceive is one of those players who has been having a lot of success with Oranos on the ladder. And I think that with the recent changes specifically to the town center range, it's allowed Oranos a lot more freedom to get stuff done. Whereas previously, it was very, very challenging to actually get in and get damage done. For example, you could go ahead and just grab watchtowers and put sentinels down on a second town center. And the Oranos player would start scratching their head going, well, hang on, I built units. Why did I bother building these? Right? And you'd have to find a completely different way through the game, which would then mean oftentimes you would miss any sort of opportunity to enjoy the strong parts of your god. Now we are seeing a temple coming up here for Deceive with 2 citizens for the time being. I'm a bit surprised to see him doing this. Generally speaking, 1 villager on a building is more important than 2. You get a little bit more resources. But is he going for a... Maybe he just wanted this one to advance here. He is looking for an advance. He's going to be a little bit short on the food, but he just wants to get up nice and quick. I'm interested in what he's going to go for. There was this one strat which Recon did a while ago, which was the Oranos Villager Rush. He would grab early survival equipment, put a sky passage over here, put a sky passage over here, and then all of a sudden, the Hades player, the Greek player, the Egyptian player, the whatever player you want, was not able to actually go for that town center because survival equipment citizen, those things have got a lot of HP. They've got a lot of damage, and they do not go down easily. Plus, you've also got the Caladria to come in and heal them up. So it's a very, very difficult fight for for anyone else to go for. Now, we aren't seeing that here. Instead, we're going to be seeing a very quick Empyrean speed coming through, and I imagine it's going to be straight in to a whole bunch of Murmillo. It's really important when playing against Hades to not go for Terma early on unless you aren't going for a town center denial. But in this specific situation, denying this town center is paramount because this food here is amazing. Grab this town center sentinels here, put a couple of buildings over here, and then this food is very, very safe. As we are seeing a military barracks coming down with 2 citizens here, mind you. This one's to pump out a whole bunch of Murmillo and make things happen. Whereas the villagers are just going to be sitting idle for just a little bit, wandering forward to bring that Orok in. And where to next is the Caladria going to be moving up to the top. I love this Oracle at the top, and you will be noticing the villagers coming over here. One option is to drop the Caladria, not the Caladria, the Carnivora straight away, and then as the villagers continue attacking, you're going to go ahead and shockwave the villagers like this, except without anything else, and the villagers to retreat back. And we will be seeing a village center now from Jack. Thank you so much for the prime there, D&D Mentat. Appreciate you, my friend. As the Hero Murmillos to start coming through. Minotaur on the front here, doing all of its good stuff. I mean, Jack here, he didn't go for early Ajax. He didn't go for early Achilles. He was kind of going for a little bit of a greedy town center, and he does get denied as the wooden walls to come up. There's only the 1 gold mine here, and as Deceive knows, with good control on the Carnivora, on the Caladria, I always get them mixed up. With good control on the Caladria, this is not an easy defense at all, because you can just come in and you can start sniping these. Now, I'm almost No, you can't take the Sentinel down. Almost losing the Murmillo. He's got to be careful. These Murmillos starting to go down in HP. Needs to get a couple more Carnivora out here as the wall going to be attempting to come back up yet again as the Murmillo charging forward. Got to be careful with those Murmillos. Seriously going to lose it? No. He stays alive. Great control from Deceive thus far. Some really, really good early game damage here. Will we see a town center to come in next for Deceive is the big question. Because he doesn't know what's happening here. Like, he has to be thinking, well, he hasn't gone for the left town center. He hasn't gone for the right town center, but I don't see any units yet. Is this a fast heroic? Well, not really, because he's had 350 wood. So it's probably not going to be a heroic age behind it. You throw an armory down, then what else are you going to do with that wood? Maybe get watchtowers and go heroic age. But he hasn't got watchtowers yet. So there's a whole bunch of strategies you can just kind of eliminate from the options here. As, man, this attack, this damage, so nice. Charges in. Does he get the villager? 1 HP in a dream. It's got the poison on it. It survives just barely. Still no losses for Deceive as he is applying some immaculate amounts of damage here as the Minotaur comes through, just going straight after villagers. He almost doesn't care about the units here for the time being. These low HP Murmillo getting pulled back, almost taking out the Minotaur here, still fighting underneath this one Sentinel. But these Caladria are just so good here for these raids. So good. And Jack still hasn't. There he goes on watchtowers. He's now only just gotten watchtowers, and this might mean a little bit too much firepower underneath this position. He's got his wall up now as well. We see an archery range to come through. The pressure will be finished up, and when you see watchtowers coming through, I mean, the technology has become pretty expensive here, as we are going to have Deceive moving around the left side here. It still has not spotted the... Oh, there he goes on the village center. He sees that village center. And now what? Oh, Caladria going down. One Caladria down there is a bit of poor control from Deceive, or good control from Jack, whichever way you want to see it. As more Murmillos getting healed up. And Deceive going to be happily over onto this side. Now, the question is where to next? An armory down. The gold mine is going to be a long way. Oop, loses one little unit over on this side. The gold mine is going to take a very long time to expire here. And Jack basically is going to throw a market up to the back. Jack basically here, he's got food here. Why is he not eating that Auroch? Anyways, Jack basically here, he can go to the heroic age. He can go into pacifist straight away. He does not really need to worry all too much. But the thing is here, this is the strategy for Oranos against Greek, is I want to force out a unit that my chaos gets mad value from. And we talked about this before, and I think Jack knows about it. So what's Jack going to do in response? Do you go straight into her pacifist? Do you go all Toxotes? Those are the big questions. Like, Toxotes are going to have a big trouble against Satyr as well. Her pacifist is going to have a big trouble against Satyr as well. So Murmillo Satyr chaos is going to be a big challenge to deal with, as, a little bit of a mistake there from Deceive. He does manage to pick up a unit there, as the shockwave onto the villagers comes through. Restoration to come in as well, and Deceive will simply just pull out there. That is a big win for Deceive to continue along in this game. He does not need to worry any longer. A huge amount of Murmillos queued up for the time being. Cutting those, he's got 2 barracks here to queue up. But I was expecting to see maybe an advance here fairly shortly, as Jack going to be going to the next stage. Maybe the idea is to just chase your opponent. I'm not really sure. Deceive would have his own plan here, very much. Good control from Deceive as he sees the arrows coming in. I've talked about this before, but if you guys want to get into how the best way to actually take out a flying unit with heroes, if your opponent has got the control, it's to go into 2 separate angles and shoot. You gotta spread your heroes out. One doesn't need to, but you do have that speedy Achilles, so that's enough to do it. And you go one angle straight, one angle on the other side, and then you're going to be able to hit the Caladria. It's going to be very difficult to dodge both arrows flinging through the air there. So there is a way to deal with these if you really want to at this point, but it does require some good control. As we are going to be seeing that Hyperion coming through, there is now going to be also Aphrodite on the way for Jack. Meanwhile, Sky Passage up onto the top side, Gold Mine getting grabbed. There's only the one Sky Passage here, it looks like, right? He's building another one over here. So as this Gold Mine's going to expire, we'll be able to move up onto this side. One thing that I've always been a fan of whenever I watch someone like Kavoth playing Oranos is that he'll always try and leave that home gold mine as long as he possibly can. So you basically don't, if you he has the resources, which I think the Deceive had. But anyways, you can send a villager up very early over here and drop the villagers through to get this gold mine. When you realize what's happening, if you've got the map control, it's a really good way to play. But nonetheless, Deceive, he's going to be fine. No walking time up to the top side is nice. As I say that, the villagers make their way up there. Are going to get grabbed here as well, which is the Tusk of the Iron Boar. Probably, I mean, does actually affect Terma. I like a couple of Terma here. This is, a lot of people say I'm silly on this, but I do think that just a handful of Terma in a Atlantean army is a good move if your opponent's got any amount of archer. Like right now, these archers, like four or five Terma, sure, no problems. Sounds good to me. As the oracles are now going to start coming out. Going to the heroic age. He's got 5 out at the moment. As heavy infantry to come through. Golden apples to come in. And a huge amount of heroes, Mamilo, are on the way. As her pacifists to start coming through for Jack. But here's the problem for Jack. He's really not that far in front in terms of villages. And he's spent so many resources here on farms. This is 17 farms. Like, 10 farms is 750 wood. That's like 1 minute of gather, that's 1 minute of gather time for 10 villagers. And there's not a 10 villager advantage at the moment for Jack here. So, military-wise, Deceive is in a really, really good spot. So all he has to do is be very aware that this position and this position are important. So a villager up here, put a Sky Passage here. Oracles are in an amazing spot for Deceive as well. Look at the vision. Get a Sky Passage here, a Sky Passage here, and we can teleport from one side to the other. And you can just sit here and wait. It doesn't matter. If you want to go to Mythic Age, no problem. We're staying Heroic Age. Going to keep pumping. And it will be a really, really difficult time for Jack to get out of his base and get a gold mine. Now, one thing that Jack could do here is go for 100 favor. He's got golden apples in, as we are seeing this fortress getting targeted down. There will be a shockwave to get dropped to deny the fortress. Lovely play here from Deceive as he manages to stop that one. Chaos gets dropped down as well to clean up even more units. I love this play. He doesn't have to kill the Hades at this moment, but just sniping a bunch of units. Beautiful there from Deceive. Now he can just pull back out. I still want to see that Sky Passage getting dropped down here, but nonetheless, does he have enough? Yeah, you can get 4 when you're in the Heroic Age. You get 5 when you're in the Mythic Age. So he's got enough to make that happen. There's the Sentinel here. Going to get dove in onto. Got to be a little bit careful here. This is sort of what Jack's going to want. Making use of the town center, making use of the watchtowers, the sentinels, to get damage done and keep it and try and pull him back in the game. Still more farms coming up onto the back, walls coming up over onto this side. It's Toxotes getting sniped down. Military academies over here going down. The villagers now finishing up on the gold mine, and this is the problem. This is where problems start to come. There is some trade, 70, 74, so you can sell for quite some time. The Pacifists don't cost a lot. Peltas don't cost a lot. You don't really want Peltas, you just want the Pacifists. 25 gold? It's not much. 25 gold, he can get a lot of Hephaspis out for the gold that he's got, but he needs so many farms here, and the problem is he's so totaled up, he doesn't have the area in his base to get these farms down, and losing military academies is going to hurt because he needs to pump units out. Deceive is making Jack's life a living hell right now. Villagers back onto the temple. Still a ways away from 100 favor here. Meanwhile, the town center coming up for Deceive. I don't know if I like this, to be honest. Like he just needs full units. Does he have the upgrade? Yes, he's got himself heroic renewal here as well. So all of these units are just going to get back up to full HP. And he's got almost another chaos here. Just has to wait on that chaos to come through. We'll walls up onto this side. He can use this place here for farms if he wants to. That's probably what he's going to do. He's got drop in a storehouse. At the moment, is Jack trying to get Mythic Age? Surely you need units here, no? He wants Hephaestus? Okay, we'll see. Meanwhile, the town center is up onto this side. Hephaestus is very close to coming up. We see another Sentinels getting dropped down. Wait, was that a... Oh, I've got no idea what just happened. And another chaos to come in as the army charges forward to kill off the units yet again. And Jack just is like refusing to build units here as this army dives in here. And now Hephaestus is clicked up. Deceive can't stay in on this position because there's too much arrow fire from town center, village center, which is garrisoned in, all the sentinels. There's so many here. How many of these has he used? He's used sentinels 3 times on his main town center. Did I miss a cast here or something? Does this not have much of a... It doesn't have much of a cooldown. I don't even know. I mean, a palace getting planted down right in the face of Jack feels, of the Hades here, feels really good as well. Because there's nothing here, and then you can just destroy her and push. But it's going to look like Deceive. He's got the gold in the bank. He wants to get to the next stage. He's got villagers over here. He could Sky Passage. Still, the Sky Passage over here would be so good. He gets the gold and the Caribou as this random oracle on the front needs to move away. Hero is going to come over here and snipe down the Carnivora. Bowsaw coming in. Peltast's coming through. Market situation is starting to look a little bit dire. The buildings up onto this spot here. I would have liked, I mean, buildings over here, a wall over here, buildings behind, and more farms on the back. 25 villages on food is like almost not enough here to spam out all of the Hephaspis, but Jack is in such a difficult spot here. As we see a palace now over on this side. Town center coming up over here. And now we finally see that Sky Patches that I've been begging Deceive to make all game coming through here. Azu asks, how's the AOM scene so far? The game got an update, right? Did it help with the previous? Yes, yeah. I mean, I think that the meta right now for Retold is quite good in the vast majority of matchups. There's a couple that have still got some uninteractive matchups. I want to say that's what it is. It's not like it's an imbalanced thing. It's just uninteractive. But for the most part, it's very, very fun at the moment for me. Anyways, Hephaestus in. Plentyvault at the top of the map. Arca's starting to queue up. Palace coming through for Deceive. He's got all the gold controlled. There's obviously going to be 4 gold a second, plus 2 gold a second from Vaults of Erebus. So he's got 6 villages on gold, which, funnily enough, is probably enough to spam out an army here. Upgrades coming through. Jack needs to wait here. Obviously, he doesn't want to wait because, well, the longer this goes on, the stronger this army is going to get. And his army, I mean, how strong is it really going to get? He's getting himself his armory upgrades. He still has to get himself a whole bunch of houses here. He's going for a town center, a market coming up. Jack is doing his best to try and just stay alive and get something going here. You look at the score and it's really, really close. Deceiv's literally just strangled Jack, but still there is a bit of fight left in here for Jack. But what is he going to do? Where's he going to go? It's 6 oracles out. The only thing that I wish that Deceive did better here was go up to 10 oracles. As now the Hecate coming through for Deceive. And this means even if now, for whatever reason, Jack pushes through, breaks down the palace, then a Hecate into the main base is going to cause so much chaos, and Deceive can just repopulate and push back in onto this position here. But nonetheless, Town Center is up. Iron upgrades all coming through now for Jack. He's up to 176 pop. He needs just a little bit more military to break out. And you look at this army. What are the armory upgrades on the other side? Nearly full bronze. So full iron versus full bronze. But these units here are going to have heavy upgrades plus hero-wise. So they're basically role-playing as champion units anyways. So this should not be a tech advantage, so to speak, moving forward here. As Jack gets out some heavy gas Grafitis. I like this play. He's going to start sniping down the palace. He does get that free burning pitch in as well. So these things do a lot of damage. As the snipes onto this side here, Jack cannot be affording this in the slightest at the moment. There's a chaos. There is a restoration available here as well. Chaos gets dropped. Restoration coming down as well. The gas graffiti to snipe down the palace over here. Shockwave onto those pacifists as it's looking like Deceive is going to be staying very, very solid at this 8k military resource total, whereas on the other side, Jack losing units very, very quickly. A Carnivora onto the back, but the palace does end up falling. Does it matter, though? Answer no. An immediate secondary palace gets dropped down there. We won't be seeing the Tartarian Gate in this game, as Jack, simply put, cannot make it out of his base here. Early game from Deceive set the tone here, and I just loved the play style from Deceive. He just goes full in onto map control, and those Caladria so strong. I think Jack refusing, well, basically Jack going for an immediate second town center without Ajax, without Achilles here, seemed to be his undoing to some degree. Why? Well, not only is he not able to deal with the Caladria or the Carnivora here, but also he's not going to be able to kill off the Caladrias, which you basically do need 2 heroes to kill off a Caladria. It's a very, very tough unit to kill. I will admit that. But if you've got 2 heroes, all of a sudden with a little cheeky micro from 2 different angles, you're going to be able to start sniping that bad boy down. But nonetheless, really, really well played here from Deceive. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button and all the other good stuff, and we'll see you in the next game.